Absolutely huge news. We got the exact detail of Lifeweaver's, well, rework and the buff. So the rework has happened to his controls. We've actually covered that previously. But then we got this tweet, which is more information from Alec Dawson, which is absolutely massive. It's just crazy. Okay. Healing Blossom for Lifeweaver. The ammo is up to 20 from 12. 8 more healing blossoms. The slow during the charge now kicks in 1 second after fully charged, allowing you to still move nimbly while charging it up, but then the slow kicks after, so you can't hold on to it for too long. Also, Thorn Volley. The spread has been tightened, making his damage a lot more effective, but it doesn't end there at all. Tree of Life, health up to 1200 from 1000, so 200 extra HP on Tree of Life per pulse, healing up to 75 from 50, meaning each time that tree pulses, it'll now heal 75 HP instead of 50, making it tons more effective. And one of the weirdest changes is Parting Gift. They removed Parting Gift. Just in case you don't know, that's the little gift that he drops that either the ally or the enemy can pick up. I thought it was a little bit of an odd mechanic, and it's kind of weird to see a new hero with a new mechanic be added and then just removed. Like, right away, just gone. It's gone. That's it. That was so short-lived. Alec Dawson then goes on to say, these changes look to increase Lifeweaver's healing capabilities and smooth out a few of his weaknesses. We'll continue to monitor his effectiveness over the next few weeks and see if additional changes are needed. More insight coming tomorrow in Aaron's blog and Q&A stream. These changes are in addition to the control scheme updates already mentioned. Ooh, so we're going to have to pay close attention for more information tomorrow, but the video doesn't quite end there. Now we have a developer update. It includes some crazy crucial news on backfilling, the matchmaking system, how close the ranks are, how balanced things are, all the new systems in place and future systems coming to make ranked and other matchmaking a lot more effective, and it's called Season 3 Retrospective and Future Plans. So let's go ahead and read the blog post here from the developer. So this is a developer update. All right, here goes nothing. It's a little bit of a lengthy read. Looking back, we saw many changes go into Season 3 to minimize the role deltas in matches, and we wanted to take a look at the results. We saw the following change. Let's jump into the details with Senior Software Engineer Morgan Madrin and Lead Meta Designer Scott Mercer. I'm sorry if I mispronounce any names. Season 3 role delta results. Role delta is something we've talked about previously on matchmaking blogs, as well as the Season 3 mid-cycle dev chat. Role delta is the difference in skill between the best paired players within each role across teams, explains Morgan. We implemented changes at the top of Season 3 to minimize this difference. These changes significantly change how our matchmaker works overall, and it took the team some time to smooth out the rough edges. But in the weeks following this update, we saw the difference in the skill shrink between players across teams. We learned a lot about the more complex dynamics of our matchmaker after this change. Morgan elaborates, Season 3 was the first time our matchmaker started to pay close attention to the internal structure of matches and of groups. It's really exciting for us because now we've seen the new matchmaking tech perform in the real world, and we have a bunch of new ideas for future improvements. So here we got this chart, and it says the y-axis represents the difference in MMR between the two tanks expressed in the ranked division. The delta between the two ranks in competitive got closer between Season 2 and Season 4. So basically, the matchmaking should be balancing a little bit better based off of the spread according to the role. So if you got an X rank tank, it should find an X rank other tank with similar MMR. This adjustment not only affected the role delta, but it caused a chain reaction in other areas of the matchmaking as well. There were a lot of surprises for us and the new system we built for Season 3, Morgan says. For example, the changes sped up queue times for the competitive mode without sacrificing match quality. This is kind of interesting. There's another chart here. It says damage competitive role queue times going down between Season 3 and Season 4. This is where it gets a little bit tricky because some people say, it's still bad matchmaking, but they've got the data saying that it has improved. But it doesn't quite end there. It continues. It says, Morgan continues, we also saw some issues regarding high MMR match quality and longer queue times for parties. This was a rockier change than we would have liked, and we're taking steps to ensure that future changes will be rolled out more slowly to prevent major disruptions like these. Matchmaking is incredibly dynamic. We simulate our changes extensively before pushing them live, but we still can't always anticipate some of the knock-on effects of the larger change we make. They're narrowing the MMR range. They say another goal for our matchmaking adjustments is to form matches with a narrower total range of MMRs, says Morgan. This is a difficult change to take on, as the way we narrow MMR range without worsening the queue times is to make our matchmaking smarter in every way. We need to adjust how we place large groups together in matches, meaning that we may hold some parties in queue a bit longer to ensure matches have a similar group together. There's been a bunch of little details to get right too. For example, ensuring that we improve how role combinations get prioritized to make matches for large groups. Ooh, okay. Finally, we need to be able to accurately predict the future state of the queue and use the prediction to know whether it's okay to make a match, or whether we'd really prefer to hold some players in queue longer to wait for a better match. Fairer matches for new and returning players. For competitive ratings, our major goal is faster collaboration and reducing the total uncertainty in the system, says Morgan. Uncertainty here refers to how confident the matchmaking system is regarding your MMR. This is one of the reasons we sometimes see new players jump around or skip skill tiers. All new players start at bronze MMR, but not every new player is going to belong in bronze. As the system learns more about your skill and shapes your MMR, those players might jump to a different skill level very quickly, which obviously makes a lot of sense. Of course, if you want to read the post, it's down below, but let's continue. One challenge is understanding individual players over time. To do this, we're asking ourselves how we can quickly and accurately gauge players, or a new player, or a player returning after months or even years of inactivity, Morgan explains. We also consider how much better a player can realistically be from role to role, and how quickly a player can improve over time. Finally, we think about how much an individual player's performance varies naturally from day to day or in a specific circumstance like solo queuing versus being in a group. Another challenge is learning about the dynamics of the population of players as a whole. How much does the average skill level of the population change depending on the time of day or over the course of a day? How do we handle large groups in aggregate uncertainty when a bunch of inactive players return for a new season? There are some of these types of problems that we're still trying to understand. To this end, we're making significant changes to MMR decay in Season 4 mid-cycle patch, and we'll continue looking at other ways we can improve the ratings in the future. Continued research and community collaboration. Our data has also revealed an additional area for improvement, specifically stomps that occur in matches that should be balanced. One of our team goals is to discern why lopsided matches occur and what matchmaking system can do to mitigate that. These types of games could indicate areas where a player gets miscalibrated and our ratings need to be smarter, says Morgan. What makes looking at stomps tricky is that they also happen with two well-balanced teams. A really great ultimate or a key pick or a few lucky critical shots can make a huge impact in a game of Overwatch, says Scott. Part of what we're currently researching are indicators or measures that show how close or stompable actual matches are in-game. Those measures are really important for the long-term improvements because it gives us much more precise signals to look at when assessing new changes, Morgan explains. As we researched these types of matches and what causes them, we saw that there were backfills occurring that were really bad fit for the match, leading to a predictably one-sided match. Season 4 introduced changes that prioritizes quality backfills over quick backfills. We've already seen improvements in backfilled matches just by holding the match a little longer to look for a player who better fits the lobby's MMR. These changes are supported by data and statistics we collect internally, but they're driven by our players. We hear your concerns regarding matchmaking, and we plan to keep shedding light on our development process. Thank you, as always, for sharing your feedback with us. And that's about it. All the sources are down below like always, and let me know what you think in the comments down below.